Good. Let's talk about the mock game.
Hey, when you went back and looked at that, what jumped out at you on film?
Well, even before we got to the film, the day that we put together there was really a big day for us, and that we practiced, how we take the field, in pregame. We practiced the Saturday review. We did all of that. We get the guys over to the stadium for the first time for a bunch of guys and showed them how we do our procedures and all of that was all part of why we have mock games and being here at Lumen doing it so that we're getting ready for a home game, home situation. Even the parking and the drive and all that stuff, we're trying to smooth that out for the fellas so that they've been there before at least once and so that we got a ton done in that regard just before we even started the game. The fact that we can set up a game like that and the coaches get up in the press box and we're running plays in from the sidelines, all of that it seems more real, and so I love the opportunity. But more than that, the offense and the defense in the first groups both did well. They both executed well. The offense scored 3 times. I called off one of the drives just because it was a 15-play drive, and so I kicked the field goal instead to keep them going plays-wise. But they did a nice job executing. Pass protection was really good. I thought Geno looked like he picked up right where he left off, and so all of that felt good. On the other side of the ball, we fit well in the running game and hustled around. Got the line of scrimmage, as close as we can get it to live for both sides of the football. So we gained a lot in that, and I think it helped us take the next step, getting ready for Thursday. And so I was really pleased with it. You can ask me about a bunch of different guys. There's a lot of guys that did good things. All in all, one of the big areas of issue was penalties. We were sloppy at the line of scrimmage, gave up some stuff that we didn't need to give up, and a couple of things on defense as well to give first downs when we had a chance to stop them. So we're trying to really clean all that up with emphasis and make sure that we don't carry that on. We got to get our game clean. So that showed up.
What did you find out about McIntosh?
Very good news. He's got a sprain that might be a couple weeks, and so it looked nasty, but he's the flexible, extraordinary athlete that he was. He made it through that awkward position that he got in, and came out okay. He's walking around and all that. He's got a little swelling. We think it's like a first degree type of sprain, so we're very lucky there. Not so for Whitaker. He had a legit patella injury and patella tendon injury, and he's going to have some work done.
Do anything more about Darrell Taylor?
He's doing well. He feels he's getting better every day. He's feeling stronger and feeling more confident. We don't think it's going to take very long.
And getting Charbonnet, we saw him run around a lot.
Yeah, he did great today. It was always just kind of creeping him back into it, so we didn't miss anything in the return. He did really well today. He was still limited in his numbers of reps, but he did full speed stuff for us. So he'll be back for the rest of the week here. Hopefully, if he comes out of today, all right.
Sorry, how important is it Tariq to come back? For him to come back, he's back.
Zach?
Tariq Warren.
Tariq. It's great to get him back. Yeah, he comes off PUP today. His workouts have been extraordinary, and we can't keep him on any longer. He's just too close. We're still going to take care of him and make sure that we get him back to the football movements and the football kind of changes, directions and things in more competitive situations. He took individual today, and it'll be a little different tomorrow in the process. But and this week we'll be really quiet this week, and we won't give him a lot of work. But we're stressing him in the workouts, in the rehab work, to make sure that he's getting there. And he feels great. He's really confident in it, and we're going to make him be begging to get back out there.
It's fun to watch the new guys and the new acquisitions, but what have you seen in last year's rookie class in how much improvement or how much the game has slowed down?
Jim, really, that's really one of the real highlights of this camp to me is seeing Mafe and the tackles just jump back into action, and do stuff like they're way ahead of where they were a year ago, and that's really, to me, it's one of the themes of the strong part of what's going on in camp is those guys in their advancement, and if you guys talk to them, they'll all tell you, because I've talked to every one of them, and they have a really clear sense of how much more they understand now about the game, and that's only going to help us to the positive. So really fired up about that.
We touched on this a little bit when Fant came back, but the value of being able to do the walkthroughs for these guys when they come off PUP, even if you're limiting out here, just what are they getting out of that?
Yeah, the walkthroughs are really important, and I can't wait till we can get Jordan back out. He's really close too. He and Jamal both look really good. they can imagine more, football-wise, even when they don't get to practice, by going through those reps, because those are high-quality reps for us, and their assignments are at hand, and the tempo that we maintain to get the reps in there, it's just really good mental preparation for them. So. And for Reek he's a sophomore too. He's just coming back. I don't know how I'm so stuck on the sophomore thing, but he's one of those guys. And he also would tell you that he's so excited to get back out because he sees the game differently than he did a year ago, and looking forward to it.
I was just gonna say what
it was just going to be in John for a while here.
Yeah. With Reek back, does he just kind of join Michael Jackson in the competition there, or how do you sort of envision
I'm looking at that right now. I'm just going to get him back out there. He's a starter for us. He's been a starter, and he earned it and did a great job last year. Well, so I'll just ease him back in. Depends who's on his side at that time.
What jumped out to you about your rookie class in the mock game? The guys who played up?
There were a couple extremes. Some of the guys felt comfortable, and some of the guys looked like a little jittery. A little different than they had looked in practice. And so it's really important that we had that that opportunity to see that, because otherwise it would have happened on Thursday night, likely. So I think we can smooth some things out. But they're all excited, but it's the process that I'm concerned about, and so some guys might have done more than they should have in pregame and more than they should have, in preparation during the day. That's all the stuff we're trying to learn, so we can maximize that time frame. Those prep opportunities are crucial for mentality and also the physical side of it.
What do you think of Jackson and Devin specifically?
What do I think of their? They both did really well. They both were very comfortable. They excelled, in the opportunities and the communications and all of that. They're really good football players. They're really natural, and things come easy to them, and it shows.
How did that game help further the evaluation at center?
Yeah, we continue to see it going in a competitive sense. Evan's ahead. He's ahead just because of his experience, and so if we were playing today, he would go first. And Oldu's doing a great job. He hasn't had anything negative about any other. His wrist was sore for a couple of days that held him back, but other than that, he's right in there, and the competition continues.
Having Cliff and Mike out there helping out today. I know you have guys come back through all the time, but what do those two bring?
Yeah, it was great to have them in the meetings and have them with the defense, and it's kind of remarkable how smooth that feels. It doesn't feel like a distraction at all. It just feels like, yeah, they're supposed to be here, kind of. It's just when any of our guys come back that have been with us for a number of years, it's just interesting how they just kind of just blend in, and both those guys are having fun. They're fired up and competing today on the field. It was great to see them. So I love that they're here.
Ever notice the young guys being starstruck by any of those guys that come back?
Yeah, they definitely are, and they'll respond to them a little differently, because of their history and all that, and they're well known, and these guys know, they have a thought, and then all of a sudden they're facing Michael Bennett, and what he's going to say, I don't either, so I'm kind of the same as them.
Are they going to be around for a while?
I think the rest of this week.
Is Draymond Jones okay?
Yeah, he did something on his toe. I just banged his toe on the ground or something like that, but I don't know the extent of it at this time. I think so. I don't know that. I don't know any more than that.
Pete, we're a couple years
Just
into the
wishful, hopeful optimism here.
Sorry about that. We're a couple years into the 3-game preseason schedule. So you go into this week. What have you learned the last couple of years with just 3 as opposed to 4?
Oh, a tremendous volumes of information have come to me over these couple of years. I don't even know where to begin. We just kind of fit it in. I don't know that we fit it into old thinking, but we fit it into the best way to try to kind of manufacture a good process to the ball game, the opener. I really like the week off. That's a great setting for us to prepare. It's also we're in better shape with where the cuts go down. That's way better that we have all of the players through the 3 games. That was always a nightmare, and it's better for the players, it's better for the coaches, it's better for the product, it's better for everything, so that's a really good decision. So I think there's some positives to it, the way it's shaped up, and I would easily forfeit the game to get that extra week for the players to return.
Do you know any more about what's going on with Derek?
They're just kind of going day by day right now, and they're monitoring how he responds to the things that he's doing. He's got kind of a hip abdomen kind of deal that they're trying to sort out. So sometimes those things, the mysterious ones, kind of turn into being that athletic hernia stuff, and we're hoping that's not the case. We're hoping he can recover so he doesn't have to have any work done. So as far as we know now, he's he's going day by day.
Will Witherspoon still get snaps on the outside? Or
Oh, yeah.
Just kind of see
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Joey's done really well. Joey's been a real bright spot. He's really stepped up. And there's a second-year guy that comes back to us and just seems more comfortable and playing faster. He's got really good speed, and it shows up more now. He's more sure of himself. Has some really good fits in the running game last week, and then he did again in the game a couple times. So he's doing a nice job. Probably the guy that jumped out with the most big hits in the game was Kobe. He had some really good smacks, and he's not able to. In our situation, we weren't able to tackle full speed yet, but that didn't hold him back from making his hits, and it was really obvious. So he's real serious about the work that he's doing. In the dime package and also at safety.
Was today another rest day for Tyler?
Yeah, it was.
Do you have any thoughts at all on what's kind of happened with the Pac-10, Pac-12?
I don't have enough information to comment clearly, but I'm really disappointed. I would think that there's a lot of people, a lot of fans that are disappointed too. And I know it's a financial turn that they do, and they've got to make their decisions and all. But I don't know. There's something about the tradition of it that gets lost, and I don't know where they recapture that. I don't know how they recapture the traditions that has stood for so long. And it's not just our conference out here; it's around the country too. But I really don't understand it. But I'm pretty disappointed in college football right now, just in general. I'm just disappointed that it's gone the way it's gone, with all of the stuff that's happening. And I hope they can get it right, and it comes out way better than maybe I can imagine it in my limited capacity here. But I'm sure I'm just kind of like the tradition of it that I feel like we're missing, and all that. And I don't know how you recapture that.
What do you thought overall just at a camp that Geno's had?
I think Geno's had a great camp. He looked so comfortable the other night. His protection worked beautifully for him. Guys up front did a great job to give him a chance to see everything. We've done a lot of stuff in this early. She's been here 9 days now, but we've done a lot of stuff to work on some things and expand some stuff. And we've tested the secondary really extensively with the ball downfield, and he's been able to handle all of that. He's been aggressive, been very aggressive, and he's really confident. Again, today he had a beautiful day today. And it's not just dinking the ball around. We're throwing the ball all over the yard, and he's able to handle all of the situations. And a big part of it is working together with the O-line. They're doing a really good job for him, and so he gets the chance to see things clearly, and he knows he's going to get time, and he can feel that he is, and he also has confidence in them picking stuff up when we pressure him. It's just a big part of the quarterback's position, that security that he feels, and guys are working hard to give him that.
Mentioned the line, and earlier you said the two tackles, kind of year one to year two. Do you look back at all and kind of marvel on what those two were able to get done?
Yeah, really.
In that position.
Yes, yeah. That was a lot to ask of those guys. But both guys were so solid. They never even wavered at all. You would never have known that they were stressed at all about it. But I know they feel the benefits of all that they endured to get through it, and so now it's a different ballgame for them, and so we're really expecting them to keep going and having more fun and enjoy it. Now they know when they can enjoy it, when they can't, and when's a good thing, and they didn't even know before, so it's just very obvious.
How's Ben Burkervin done since he came back?
Burr's done a nice job now. He's looked full speed, and he's one of the guys I'm really excited to see. I hope we get a good shot to show him on Thursday night. Just to get him back in it. But he's not skipped a beat. Just got right in the action, and as soon as we let him go in with the numbers, he took off with it. So he's done a good job. We know we have a really instinctive kid and a guy that can play the game, and so we're just anxious to see how, once he gets back to full speed playing, how it comes out. So really with high hopes.
We saw Jackson as the first guy returning punts yesterday. What do you like about him in that role?
He's a great catcher. He's a phenomenal catcher. He's got great sense and awareness, and I know that he's a complete athlete and decision making, which is a big part of that position. I have no question in that. So he'll be available to do that.